All right, everybody. Welcome to what I hope will be an extremely informational video about the very new discovery of the 1910 doubled die reverse with the transitional reverse. We're going to give a couple of quick facts about what makes it a transitional reverse. There's been some people that don't necessarily understand what a transitional reverse is that have contacted me. There have been some people that have also said that it's not a transitional reverse. Right now, we are going with the I guess if you want to call it attribution that Dr. James Wiles of Variety Vista has assigned to it, which is that it is a doubled die reverse. It is a class 3 double die reverse, which means that it has two images that are basically hubbed onto the working die, two different images, and so it is one image over top of the other image. I'm going to try my best to get all of my facts straight so that I do not say something that is incorrect, and I'm going to do my best to make sure that we do this correctly. If I mess up and make a mistake, I apologize right now. I will do my best to correct it should somebody point it out to me, but I will try as hard as I can to make sure that I don't mess up. So anyway, back to the transitional reverse. A transitional reverse, or a transitional coin, is a coin that, for the most part, if you Google search transitional coin, a transitional coin is one that was maybe minted on a planchet that was intended for a different year. In other words, the most famous one for a transitional coin is obviously the 1943s. 1944s also, I guess if you want to call it such. But the 1943 coins were supposed to be made out of steel. And there were a few of them that were made out of the brass from the 1942 year. And yes, I said brass from 1942 because early in 1942 they changed from the bronze composition to the brass composition for the remainder of the year. They did it very quietly in early of 1942, but they did change it. So the coin in 1943 that is struck on a brass planchet is technically speaking a transitional coin because it was not intended to be on that metal. Same holds true for a transitional design between the two, and there are other notable ones in history that have made the rounds, but this one that we're talking about here is a doubled die reverse that is found on a 1909 coin that has both a Type 1 and a Type 2 design on the working die. All right, so that reverse was never really intended to go beyond 1909. As a matter of fact, the Mint did their best to destroy all of the Type 1 reverse designs in 1909 and wanted to only mint coins going forward with the Type 2 reverse design. Type 2 reverse being that of the sharp cut N, and that's the most recognizable feature. And so as a result, almost every 1910, both Philadelphia and San Francisco, is supposed to have the sharp cut N as the reverse. If you look at this particular coin that we have in front of you, I'm going to move it around so that you know that this is a live video, not actually just a picture. This coin will show the back side. That is, I'm going to remove this text here so you guys can see this better. There. So this coin is the normal obverse that everybody is used to seeing for the Lincoln cent of the early years. The reverse, I'll flip it over, will look also very much like a normal reverse. And I have this little screen set up here. In a second, I'm going to take you in very close to this so that you can see this. But even from this distance, you can actually see that the N in the word united is actually slightly filled in. It is not the sharp cut N. Now, I don't necessarily have a sharp cut N to show you right handy here. You'll have to kind of take my word for it. Most people know what I'm talking about that are watching this video. If you don't, I will do my best to show you another time, but this is all about the 1910. Now, this coin was discovered by a Mr. Sean Tu, and he discovered it on, I believe it was March 19th, something like that. Yep, March 19th of 2023, and located his specimen off of eBay. Subsequently, there have been 4 other coins discovered. This is one of the 4 that was discovered. And so as a result, we're looking at it. These coins will eventually be going to NGC for grading and hopefully attributions, or not necessarily attributions, I guess, but labeling. But I want you to take a really close look at the back of this because it looks like a normal coin. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually pick this little guy up, and we are going to, hold on, we're going to get rid of this, and I am going to take that out of here. We're going to move this over to another microscope, and I'm going to pull this up. We're going to sharpen this image. There you go. So you can now see that N quite obviously is not the sharp cut N that is expected or thought of the type 2 variety on the 1910 coins. Now you can also take a really good look, and I'm going to zoom this in so that you guys can see this. I love my new camera setup, by the way. As I do this, I have a couple of different things that I have to do. There. Let's move this around just a little bit. All right, take a really good look at that N. That N is definitely filled in. There is no doubt about it. The two the peak and the valley inside that N are definitely a filled in N. If you take a look at the T in that same United, you'll notice that you are seeing 2 images. Those 2 images that you see are actually the type 2 on the top, what we call the short T, top T bar, right over top of the type 1 reverse of the 1909 year. Now that type 1 reverse is what makes this particular coin a transitional coin. That type 1 reverse was never ever supposed to exist beyond the year 1909. However, it is indeed on this coin. And this is a 1910. So you can even see the E next to it, how it has changed in looks as well. And so I wanted to try and do this video relatively quickly and make it about 10 minutes, and I'm at 10 minutes right now, and show you some of what makes this coin so fantastic and what makes it a transitional coin. There's no doubt about it that the Type 1 reverse was never supposed to exist on a 1910 coin, and yet here it is. So there you go, guys. I hope that this helps clear up a few things, and that I've done my best. Again, I am not a professional. I am doing this all off of what I have learned over the course of several months and years of doing this. And I make no claims as to me being a professional from that respect. I'm just trying to explain what it is that I see. So hopefully you guys will understand and be able to see this and take this and go hunting for this absolutely phenomenal discovery of a 1910 transitional reverse with a doubled die class 3 reverse on it. Good luck and happy hunting.